Today we're going to try to tackle a problem with my turn signals on my GMC truck. That's up next here on Bud's Odd Jobs. Okay, my truck is a 1997 GMC. It's an SLE Sierra. And the problem I'm having is the signals work fine. I checked the bulbs, the turn signal bulbs, and they appear fine. If I hit the flashers, they seem to work fine. And as you can see, both the left and the right signals appear normal. And if you look in the back, they're flashing normal as well. The problem is when I turn on my headlamps, you can see that they go into rapid mode. If I turn the headlamps off, then they're normal. I'll give you a view from the back here as well. So here you can see the left side, and then here is the right side. The problem is when I turn on the headlamps, this is what happens. So the bulbs are not burnt out. However, if I turn the signal off with the headlamps on, I see no taillights, no steady taillights on either side. So I'm sensing that it's probably a connection issue, something's corroded. I saw in one of the videos that the underneath the bumper where the main connection goes in, that sometimes gets corroded. So I'm going to look under there and see what I can find out. Okay, so where I decided to start to kind of troubleshoot this thing is I'm going to remove one of the lenses. When I turn the regular tail lights on with no signals, I'm getting not getting any light on either side. So it kind of suggests that it's probably a main connection issue, but just want to look at one of these lights individually. To take these off, basically you need a Phillips screwdriver. There's a screw up the top here, and then there's another one down here at the bottom. So these two screws, when removed, you can then take out the headlight lens. So I'll do that and be right back with you. Okay, so I have my two screws out. It's just a matter of pulling this lens away, and then you can see there's a connector there that needs to be removed. I'll take that off. It's just a matter of pulling this clip up, and looks like that whole assembly is loose there. Hang on a second, I'll be right back with you. Okay, so I have my headlight assembly out. I looked at the pins on the connector. Those look in pretty good shape. So to get to the bulbs, it's just a matter of taking this circuit board off. There's a 1/4 inch bolt there and another one on this side. You take those two off and the circuit board comes off, gives you access to the headlights. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that next. So with the bolts off, this board then comes out, and you can see the lights then are attached to that board on the underside. And looking at these bulbs, I can tell you that they're all appear to be fine. There's nothing blown on those, so that would suggest to me that it's probably a connection issue underneath. So let me just look at pull these bulbs and look at the sockets, make sure there's no corrosion inside of there. So the other thing I happened to think about was that I was wondering if the brake lights work. So I took a board to wedge between my seat and the brake, just to test these brake lights. And the lights come on, however they're dim, and then I noticed if I turn on my tail lights, then they go out completely. So all this seems to suggest that, number one, the bulbs are good. Number two, there's some sort of a connection issue somewhere that appears to be shorting out the bulbs. So I guess I need to go underneath and see what's going on there. Okay, so I was about to crawl under, and then I decided I better pull this other side just to check it. I was glad I did. This bulb here is clearly burnt out, so that might be the culprit that is causing the problem. So we're going to go ahead and replace this bulb. I think I may have an extra one. If not, I'll run up and get one, and we'll put it in and see what happens. Okay, so the essential bulb is a Sylvania 3057. So we'll go ahead and snap it in here and see what happens. So with the bulb in, I still have the rapid flashing issue, and I don't have any tail lights. So if I turn on go in and turn on the lights here, as you can see, I still have that rapid flash. And if I turn the signal off, the left turn signal, or the right turn signal, excuse me, then I don't have any tail lights, and as far as I can tell, all the other bulbs are in good shape. They're fine. So I'm going to take a closer look at these circuit boards. I may have to. These boards can be replaced. I did price them up there. I think it's $30 for a pair. The price for the two bulbs was about $8. So I'm going to look at the boards real good, see if I can see anything on them that would justify replacing those, and we'll go from there. Okay, now this is kind of interesting. I put it in reverse with the parking brake on, and all three lights, you can see it better over here on this one, all three lights. Now this is the reverse bulb. All three lights are on both sides, and they're dim. So that seems to suggest that there's something wrong with perhaps the circuit board. I think what I'm going to do is go ahead and purchase circuit boards. He said they were in stock, and just replace both circuit boards and see if that fixes the problem. We'll go from there. Okay, so I installed the new tail lamp circuit boards. These are brand new boards, and still have the same problem. So I've got the tail lights on. I have no tail light, and when I turn on the signal with the tail light on, I have the rapid flashing tail light. So it's a matter of a wire problem somewhere else. So I guess I need to get tracing. Okay, so I just checked down under, this would be the driver's side rear, behind the bumper here. And this is where one of the connections are, and I looked at, I figured maybe these would be corroded, but I looked in here on this plug, and they look pretty good. So it doesn't appear to be an issue there, so we'll keep searching. Okay, so I'm suspecting I could have a ground issue. So I'm underneath the back. I dropped down the spare tire, and this is where the ground strap is. I've already removed the bolt. That hole looks, and the strap itself looks pretty rusty, so I'm going to clean that up, reattach it, and see if that helps. Okay, as it turns out, it was definitely that grounding strap that was creating all of my issues. If you can see, I cleaned up that bolt and went ahead and reattached it, and now I definitely have tail lights on both sides. They're nice and bright, and better yet, I'm able to turn on my turn signal with the tail lights on, and I get a nice steady flash like it's supposed to be. So it turns out it was all down to the grounding strap. I also have my license plate lights on now. Hey, if you find this kind of content useful, make sure you hit that subscribe button in the lower right hand side of the screen. Also, when you do subscribe, you want to hit that notification bell. What that'll do is anytime I post a new video, you'll get an alert that there's a new posting up. Got a lot of good content coming up here, so be sure to not to miss that. Also, love to hear your comments, what you like, what you don't like, what you'd like to see on the site. Love to hear all the good, the bad, and the ugly. Let me know what your thoughts are, and let me know what you'd like to see. Hope you enjoyed this, and we'll talk to you real soon. Thanks for watching.